Welcome to Eternal_Sovereign, your fresh haven where ageless wisdom meets modern insights. We're elated to see visionaries, dreamers, and seekers joining us. Here we explore knowledge, creativity, spiritual growth, all designed to inspire and resonate with your journey. As we start this voyage, a blessing. May wisdom guide, discovery thrill, unity strengthen us. We wish each viewer peace, growth. May this channel serve as a beacon of hope and inspiration source.
In the heart of America, nestled in a bustling town, lived two sisters, Emily and Jessica. Emily, the elder, was a dazzling social media star with millions of followers. Jessica, the younger, preferred the quiet life of a dedicated student, often overshadowed by Emily's fame. Despite their differences, Emily and Jessica shared an unbreakable bond, bound by blood and a lifetime of shared memories. Emily's world revolved around the digital realm, capturing every glamorous moment for her adoring fans. Jessica, however, preferred the tangible world, finding solace in books and libraries. Emily's social media feed showcased her impeccable style and picture-perfect moments. Jessica's world was a tapestry of learning and self-discovery. Emily thrived on online validation, while Jessica sought fulfillment in deeper connections. Emily was a trendsetter, inspiring her followers, while Jessica led by example with her work ethic and kindness. Despite their different paths, both sisters had a profound influence on those around them. Still trying to process the unexpected turn of events, Emily stared at the animated dragon on the screen.
So what you're saying is, you can collect thousands of adorable dragons and build your own dragon family.
Exactly, our dragon family is finally complete.
Actually, I think I've changed my mind. I do want a baby now, too.
Too late, I'm perfectly happy with Steve.
Emily loved his playful nature, but she was serious about starting a family. It seemed she had a bit of convincing to do. Meanwhile, Emily's sister Jessica was facing her own set of challenges. She had just finished a grueling study session at the library. As she scrolled through her social media feed, she saw Emily's latest post, feeling a pang of envy. Jessica sighed, closing her laptop. She loved her sister dearly, but sometimes she couldn't help but feel like they were living in completely different worlds. Just then, Jessica's phone buzzed with an incoming video call from Emily.
Hey sis, what's up?
Oh, come on, Jess, it'll be fun. You can experience the glamorous life of a social media influencer, and I can finally get a taste of what it's like to be a normal college student.
But what about your followers, your brand deals, your entire online persona?
Don't worry, I've thought of everything. We'll tell everyone that we're doing a sister swap challenge for a week. They'll eat it up.
And so the plan was hatched. Emily and Jessica would swap lives for a week, each stepping into the other's shoes. They packed their bags, exchanged phones and laptops, and prepared to embark on their adventure. The day of the swap arrived, and Emily and Jessica met at their parents' house to make the official switch. They hugged each other tightly, a mixture of excitement and trepidation coursing through their veins.
Don't burn down my apartment.
And try not to bore my followers to death with your intellectual musings. Emily's first day in Jessica's world was a crash course in the realities of college life. She woke up in Jessica's modest studio apartment, the walls adorned with motivational posters and sticky notes. Gone were the luxurious silk sheets and fluffy pillows of Emily's king-size bed.
Following the schedule Jessica had carefully laid out for her, Emily set off for her first class of the day, Introduction to Philosophy.
Emily slipped into the lecture hall just as the professor began his lecture on the existentialist philosophy of Jean-Paul Sartre. Emily tried to focus on the lecture, but the unfamiliar terminology and complex concepts washed over her like waves crashing against a distant shore. As the lecture droned on, Emily felt a growing sense of unease.
Desperate for a distraction, Emily discreetly pulled out her phone, longing for the familiar comfort of her perfectly curated feed.
The lecture finally ended, and Emily gathered her things, feeling a sense of relief.
As she made her way out of the lecture hall, she was bombarded by a group of students engaged in a lively debate. "Excuse me," said a tall young man with thick-rimmed glasses. "I couldn't help but overhear your conversation with yourself during the lecture." Emily froze, her cheeks flushing crimson.
Meanwhile, Jessica was having her own surreal experience navigating the world of social media influencing.
After a breakfast of avocado toast and green smoothies, prepared by Emily's personal chef, Jessica sat down at Emily's vanity table.
Jessica had always preferred a natural look, but she knew that Emily's followers expected a certain level of glamour and polish.
Following the instructions Emily had left for her, Jessica attempted to recreate one of her sister's signature makeup looks.
Next, Jessica had to tackle the daunting task of creating content for Emily's social media channels.
Jessica scrolled through Emily's past posts, trying to get a feel for her sister's voice and style. Back at the university, Emily was struggling to keep up with the demands of Jessica's coursework.
One evening, as Emily was struggling to understand a particularly challenging concept in her organic chemistry textbook, she received a text message from Jessica. It was a photo of Jessica, dressed in one of Emily's designer dresses, posing for a photo shoot at a trendy rooftop bar.
Emily chuckled to herself, shaking her head at her sister's attempt to emulate her online persona.
Emily closed her textbook and leaned back in her chair, a sense of accomplishment washing over her.
She had spent the entire day immersed in Jessica's world, and for the first time she was starting to understand the appeal of academia.
Behind the filter, Jessica confronts the price of fame.
Jessica was starting to experience the downside of Emily's glamorous lifestyle. She had spent days attending fashion shows, product launches, and exclusive parties. At first it was exhilarating, but soon Jessica felt increasingly hollow. The pressure to look perfect and the scrutiny of social media took a toll. She missed her classes, genuine connections, and being herself.
One evening, after a grueling day, Jessica received a text from Emily. It was a photo of Emily in Jessica's apartment, surrounded by books. Emily wore Jessica's sweatpants and a t-shirt captioned, "Cracking the Books."
Jessica stared at the photo, longing for her old life. She realized Emily's world wasn't for her. In the chauffeured car, she decided to enjoy the week on her terms. She would use Emily's platform to talk about education, social justice, and authenticity.
As the week progressed, the initial novelty of the swap began to wear off. Emily, accustomed to a world of curated perfection, found herself increasingly frustrated by the limitations of Jessica's life. The lack of designer labels in her sister's wardrobe, the absence of a personal chef to cater to her every whim, and the constant pressure of deadlines and exams left her feeling drained. One rainy afternoon, as Emily struggled to navigate the complexities of public transportation after her car, a sleek silver convertible, was deemed impractical for Jessica's student lifestyle, she found herself questioning her sanity. Where were the paparazzi when you actually needed a ride? Standing at the bus stop, shivering in a borrowed raincoat, she realized just how reliant she had become on the trappings of her glamorous life.
Back in Emily's world, Jessica was facing her own set of challenges. She had successfully mastered the art of applying Emily's signature red lipstick and could effortlessly pose for a selfie that screamed effortless chic. Yet, behind the perfectly filtered photos and witty captions, Jessica felt a growing sense of unease. The constant pressure to maintain an online persona, the barrage of messages from followers demanding her attention, and the shallowness of some of the interactions left her feeling empty. Attending a star-studded charity gala in Emily's place, Jessica found herself surrounded by a sea of perfectly sculpted faces and designer gowns. Yet, beneath the surface of glamour and sophistication, she sensed a pervasive emptiness. Conversations revolved around the latest fashion trends, the most exclusive parties, and the never-ending quest for more likes and followers. Jessica, used to engaging in thought-provoking discussions about literature, philosophy, and the meaning of life, felt utterly out of place. One evening, seeking refuge from the chaos of Emily's world, I decided to spend the night at our parents' house. Their childhood home, a cosy cottage nestled in a quiet suburb, was a stark contrast to Emily's minimalist, ultra-modern apartment. Yet, as I curled up on the living room sofa, a worn copy of Little Women in hand, a sense of peace washed over me.
Their mother, a kind-hearted woman with a warm smile and a talent for baking the most delicious chocolate chip cookies, greeted Jessica with a comforting hug. "You look exhausted, sweetheart," she said, her voice filled with concern. "This whole swapping lives thing seems to have taken a toll on both of you."
Jessica sighed, closing her book and leaning her head against her mother's shoulder. "It's been interesting," she admitted. "Emily's life is exciting, don't get me wrong, but it's also exhausting. I never realized how much work goes into maintaining her online persona."
Her mother nodded understandingly. "Your sister has always been drawn to the spotlight," she said, her voice filled with a mixture of pride and worry. "But sometimes I worry that she's lost herself in this world of glamour and superficiality."
"I think she's starting to realize that too," Jessica replied, a small smile playing on her lips. "She's been texting me non-stop about her organic chemistry class. Apparently she finds it strangely addictive."
Meanwhile, back in Jessica's world, I had stumbled upon an unexpected source of comfort, my sister's study group. Initially, I was pretty intimidated by the group of highly intelligent and fiercely competitive students, but to my surprise, I found myself welcomed into the fold with open arms.
The group, a diverse mix of personalities and academic interests, met every Saturday morning at a local coffee shop. One of the students, a shy but brilliant astrophysics major named David, had taken me under his wing. As the weeks went by, Emily found herself looking forward to the study group meetings more and more. Surrounded by these bright, ambitious and genuinely kind people, Emily felt a sense of belonging she hadn't realized she was missing.
As the week of the swap drew to a close, a sense of anticipation and nervousness hung in the air. Both Jessica and I had faced unexpected challenges and discovered hidden depths within ourselves. The carefully constructed walls of our former lives had crumbled, revealing the vulnerabilities and aspirations that lay beneath.
Returning to their own lives felt daunting. Yet there was an undercurrent of excitement for the changes this experience had sparked within them. On the last day of the swap, they met at their parents' house, a place filled with childhood memories and the comforting aroma of their mother's freshly baked cookies. The air crackled with a mixture of laughter and bittersweet reflection as they exchanged stories of their adventures, mishaps, and newfound perspectives.
Okay, spill the tea. What did you really think of my life? Was it everything you dreamed of and more?
It was definitely an experience, I'll give you that. But honestly, I think I prefer my quiet chaos of textbooks and late-night study sessions. Though, I have to admit, your stylist deserves a raise. That woman worked wonders.
And what about you? Did you survive the horrors of organic chemistry?
Surprisingly, yes. Turns out it's not all that different from creating the perfect Instagram post. You just need the right formula and a bit of creative flair.
As they delved deeper into their experiences, they realized that the swap had been more than just a fun experiment. It had been a journey of self-discovery, a reminder that true happiness lay not in external validation, but in embracing one's authentic self.
I learned the value of hard work, the satisfaction of intellectual pursuit, and the importance of genuine connections. No longer content with the superficiality of my online persona, I decided to use my platform to advocate for causes I believed in, to share my newfound love of learning, and to inspire my followers to look beyond the filters and curated perfection.
Jessica, emboldened by her foray into the world of social media, embraced her creative side. She started a blog where she shared her academic journey, offered study tips, and explored the intersection of literature, philosophy, and everyday life. Her writing resonated with others who felt overwhelmed by the pressures of academia and the constant need for online validation. Their bond, strengthened by their shared experience, deepened into a profound understanding and appreciation for each other's strengths and vulnerabilities. They learned that it was okay to be different, to pursue their passions, and to support each other's dreams unconditionally. Their story became a testament to the transformative power of empathy, reminding everyone that sometimes the greatest journeys are the ones that lead us back to ourselves and to the people we love most. As Emily and Jessica returned to their lives transformed by their experiences, they carried a deeper understanding of themselves and their Christian faith. Their journey became a tapestry woven with faith, growth, and God's love. Emily's appreciation for hard work and Jessica's dedication to using her voice reflected their commitment to a greater purpose. Their lives became a testament to using their gifts to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace. Emily realized true fulfillment came from pursuing knowledge and using her influence for good. Their story exemplified love, support, and understanding, virtues deeply rooted in their faith. Emily and Jessica discovered true joy from walking hand in hand, guided by faith and love.